Hi again, everyone. As you can see, I'm still shooting from my car in the hotel car park. Obviously, the reason being I can't film while my little baby's asleep. So, still trying to get the content out to you guys. So, here we go. Anyway, as promised, I would try and do an update on what can be expected from the shareholder meeting today on January 19th regarding the legal woes currently facing Mullen Automotive, ticker symbol MULN. I got the actual days of this mixed up in yesterday's video, as I thought it was actually going to be held yesterday. However, the 23rd of January is still the scheduled court date. I think it was just a matter of me getting the time differences between Australia and the USA muddled up. Anyway, before we go through that information, I thought I would do a quick look at the continued slide Mullen stock has experienced. As you can see, we have now fallen below the 29-cent line of lower support, with the next likely level of key resistance to be at around the 26-cent mark based on recent historical trading patterns. As you can see from the RSI, the stock has been oversold for the duration of the past two sessions, which could suggest a bit of a bounce back could be imminent. Though I think we will have to wait and see what comes from today's shareholder meeting to know more. Speaking of the meetings and the legal and voting issues, which will be very much front and center today, just as a quick background, last week Mullen Automotive released an 8K form detailing legal matters that were initiated back in December. These legal matters will affect the upcoming meeting of shareholders on January 19, which is today. The focus is squarely going to be on the raft of legal issues currently facing the board, even though there are some voting stuff going on. And you'll see that as I go through some of this information, these legal issues have actually changed some of the issues that shareholders are going to be voting on. So one of the legal matters pertains to the 7th of December, where a shareholder filed a putative class action lawsuit against the company, titled Robbins versus Mitchery, in Delaware's Court of Chancery. That was on the 13th of December. Sorry, that was on the 7th of December. On the 13th of December, another putative class action from a stockholder titled Foley vs. Mitchery was filed against the company. So they had two class actions filed in the one month. Both lawsuits alleged that the number of common stock issued and outstanding as of the annual meeting record date back early in 2022 was 477.51 million. Based on this share count, and when considered separately as a class, the proposal to increase authorised shares at the 2022 annual meeting should not have been passed. So Mullen has given a bit of a response here to these issues, and it's going to be the case they're presenting in the court. It doesn't sound too convincing the way they've framed it, but their response is that they're explaining that it does not believe that the move to increase authorised shares was either invalid or ineffective. The EV company added that they are pursuing actions to ratify the 2022 certificate amendment through the filing of a validation proceeding with the Delaware Court of Chancery. The court hearing, we know, is scheduled for the 23rd of January, so early next week. In the case of Robbins vs. Mitchery, this case, the plaintiff additionally is arguing that Mullen sought to change its state of incorporation to Maryland to protect its board of directors from lawsuits. This could have actually been what was happening. As a result of the lawsuits, Mullen will no longer file the amendment to its certificate of incorporation. That means that it will no longer file proposal number 1 at its January 19th meeting, which seeks to enact a reverse stock split in a range of between 1-for-2 or 1-for-25. So this is some sort of stock manipulation that they had in the pipeline, but they're going to shelf this, it sounds like. And it appears that Mullen will also not file for Proposal 2, which seeks to authorise common stock be increased to 5 billion from 1.75 billion. These two proposals may be pursued in the future, which depends on the decision of the Court of Chancery. But still, it doesn't leave a good taste in shareholders' mouths, as they have these designs on issuing and manipulating the value of their common stock so much. It's no wonder the stock is so beaten down and the shorts keep piling into it, because it actually sounds like chaos and they just keep flooding it with more and more shares. I think the board have a lot to answer to their everyday shareholders. Anyway, stay tuned for more updates on this developing story, and be sure to attend the special meeting of shareholders today to learn more about how this legal matter may affect your investment in Mullen Automotive. I can't attend it, so I'm not a shareholder, but I will try to follow on what's going on. Also, let me know your thoughts on the whole situation below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. It's quite an interesting story to cover. It's quite controversial, quite topical. Anyway, until next time, may the markets trade in your favour. Cheers.